Punting is what they call this type of boating, using these little boats with long oars, like those people are doing. This is what it's like to go down the river. These are some of the old college buildings. Beautiful. That second building there is the back of St. Catherine's College, where I'm taking my master's course at right now. Picnic lunch on the lawn here, where cows and people picnic together freely, as you can see. Real pretty. Getting well adjusted to the English way of life. She is a nervous wreck driving on the left-hand side of the road, I must say. But isn't she beautiful? This little bird is trying to untie my shoelaces.
Did he already do that?
Yeah, watch. Here we go on our hunting trip. We got Brother Loken with us. He's over here at TDY at Melbourne. Jamie is really enjoying this, as you can see. You enjoying this, Jamie? Keep your fingers in, because the man said the bridge.
This is about a 45-minute ride, and it will take longer.
Okay, now.
As you can imagine, the great controversy about specific, stylistic, slash being able to fit in the rest of the
Yeah. So this is the river? What? This is the Cam River? The Cam River.
Where Cambridge gets its name from. Bridge of the River Cam Bridge.
Smile, girls.
The whole river wall?
Yes. More or less. Most of it. There's a few exceptions, but the bank, there's always done up with something, either wood or bricks. Most cottages have their own neighbours.
Oh.
Building on the left-hand side is New Court, or part of New Court, the back part of it, and the concrete building up ahead, or the one that looks like it's made out of concrete, is in fact the Crypt building, which was built in the late 60s from money given to the university by the Crypt Foundation. And I want to give you a Doomsday books actually said site of the bridge over the river Cam, hence Cam Bridge or Cambridge as we now know. You're on the river, young man. You're on the river, young man. Ignore him. Received the quantitative design award when it was first built for its stylistic integrity and functional approach to living. And basically, we have some buildings, some of them are still in very good condition, but they date from the 1100s. So someone, the person who awarded it, must have put the line. And if you look closely, it is actually built to a very strong Dutch influence, especially the gables at the top, which appear to be a rectangle.
Friend Jeffrey Logan, visiting from Beale. We don't have our furniture yet or nothing. Jeff, tell them how it is.
They don't have their furniture yet or nothing.
Allison, give Brother Logan a kiss just to prove that he's really a human being.
Because I'm not a human.
What?
I'm not very good at this. Trouble's going, she's gone.
That's very, very good. Date to something else, huh? What? I don't know. 17.
Your grandpa would love to see this church. Pretty organ, too. I don't know how it's played.
Oh, here we are.
Oh, so it says there.
Oh yes, here we are. I can't read that very well without my glasses, so if you can actually... Go ahead.
Don't step on the flag. You step. Stop stepping on the flag. We'd have to do a rubbing to explain what this says.
Oh, say resurrection, eternal life. The
Well, what does this say?
oh. Oh, damn! I can't see with the hands on.
Her age.
Glorious, in the hope of a glorious resurrection to eternal life. Here lies with the remains of Jane.
Oh,
So
Jane.
Jane, wife
The.
of the something of William Hurst, who fell asleep October 17, 1877, in the 59th year of her, don't tell me,
Of her age.
her age.
Are you taking pictures? The light's on, Glenn. It's
I know,
on. It's
I know.
recording.
Okay,
She
stop
told
it.
me I could.
Yeah.
She told me I could.
It's recording still.
Turn it off.
Push this?
Yeah. Okay, it's going. This is Jamie Ann filming me. Dame, I'm up here. Up, 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 up. There I am. Thank you, Jamie. Very good job.
Chin up.
Cam. That's a nice hat. Oh, it's too tight. Oh, there, James. James.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. I won't make...
Not sure about all this. Okay, girls, you get to ride bow. Who's gonna be first?
They're out.
Think this is fun, James? What's your name?
Jane.
Jane, huh? Okay, Jane and Bo and Tara. You didn't do. You petted it, huh, Tara? Jamie? Yeah, he snorted, didn't he?
They're gonna save. That was no longer. No? Is it alright?
Come on. Does that feel better, Ollie? Is that fun, Cam? You're doing a little trotting, huh?
I wish I could do that again. Could we do it again, Daddy?
No.
Why not?
No, well, I mean, sometime maybe. How was that, Cam? Was it? Okay, James.
Oh, it's fun doing the trot.
Oh, you're going to do it in a skirt. There he goes. He wants a little bite to eat. What do you think, James? Have fun, Jamie.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Just having a bite.
Here.
I mean,
About this for a whole week with kids.
oh, Jamie.
She's weird. She's the only one that wanted to do that. I feel wrong. I always feel wrong. Oh, there's where we didn't go to the party on the ice. I mean, with why do our ears have Allison, do you want Mommy to watch the segment too? Mama.
How is it, James?
Doing great. Allison said she wants you to look like this.
Okay, real soon. Switching? No, you don't. Come on. You want to go by yourself this time?
Tell us about it, James.
Can we do it again? I wonder why they
Hey, Jamie.
Now you're going to have to hold. Right?
You gonna eat your hat, Allison?
She gets something in her mouth. She feels better.
Yeah, this gives you a good appetite, doesn't it? Bo? Have fun.
You like it?
You want to go without me?
James, did you have fun?
Yours is blue. No, it's not. It is. It's blue. So it's yours. No, yours is black. Yours is blue. Hey.
Wonderful opportunity is costing us £4 for a half an hour, which is about $7, so it's not too bad. Girls are thoroughly enjoying it.
Huh?
Huh? Allison, you having fun?
This comes out.
What are you doing, James?
Whatever his name is. Oops. I couldn't. I feel stinky. Oh, there's seals there.
I think our time's just about up for our half hour. One more time? Okay.
James, be careful. George wants to stop every time you look at him over there. Come out.
Never mind. Bill,
I don't know.
do you think the snake's in the... Ow! Don't. That hurt!
How was it, Allison? Huh?
We'll think about it a lot.
No, there isn't another side. Take how that swings from the other side, and then now you can take the pinch and everything and put it over. Do you want to be found anybody? Can you reach that one? Tara, have you done one yet? Just let Tara do this. Put it up now. Yeah, unbuckle that. Not too hard. There we are, see?
Oh.
Still got some grass in there, chewing it. Something, or else to grind his teeth real good.
This is named Tara. Even though it says Monty, it's really named Tara. So this is Tara standing by Tara. Will the real Tara please stand up?
Here for you. So you come get in.
This is on the girls' baptism day. Go ahead. And this is their grandma Whicker and Sister May, who were home teaching, and Sister Brant, who's their Sunday school teacher. Primary? What are you doing in there? She gave them the little bouquets of flowers, and Sister May gave them the handkerchiefs. Very nice of them. Allison, say hello.
You know, we didn't get a picture of the bishop. Is he gone already?
All right, and tell us all the names.
Joseph. This is Monica. This is Sam. This is John. That's Alex. This is Mike. This is John.
All right. Thank you very much.
To get the Whicker family together
One.
on this day of Tammy and Tara's baptism.
Okay, turn around.
Grandma's taking pictures of him.
Oh, she's adding flowers.
Okay.
There we go. That's a pretty smile.
This is Bishop Casey. He's our bishop here in the Huntington Ward Ipswich, England steak. Thanks, Bishop.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hold it, hold it. How about Jeremy be in the middle? I'll be on the center.
Okay.
Whatever. Where are the beer dollars? Nathan? Jeremy? Kristen? Husband Dale?
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, this house is in Hilton. It's just off the village green. We think that it's one of the most beautiful homes with a thatched roof that we've ever seen. We really like.
They don't come out and charge us. Okay, ready? Here's another home here in Hilton. It's exceptionally beautiful. This is the maze.
Surviving turf mazes in England. According to the Latin inscription on the monument in the center, it was cut in 1660, the year of Charles II's restoration, by William Sparrow, 1641-1729, who lived in a house on the site of Park Farm opposite, where a painting of the Royal Arms, now in Hilton Church, was found. He probably copied the pattern of the maze often found in medieval art, most notably in Chartres Cathedral, from a maze, now destroyed at Cumberton, 11 miles away where his brother-in-law, Baron Brisson, lived. Little is known of the origin of mazes, but they are believed to have been used in fertility rites and to cast out the devil, who was reputed to only go in a straight line. Turf mazes were once common on village greens, but they disappear if they are neglected, as Shakespeare implies in A Midsummer Night's Dream, and the quaint mazes in the Wanton Green for lack of tread are indistinguishable. The maze is scheduled as an ancient monument and is the responsibility of Hilton Parish Council. Please keep it tidy, treat it with care, and avoid damage to the path.
Those two compensate to get that one in. The two that didn't.
Room, can't you? Wash them all up. They've all had a shower today, you know. It's Piers Venable. You've never heard of me, have you? I didn't think you would have. But I'll wager you've heard of Robin Hood, haven't you? Ah, are you sure? Well, so had I. Because you see, 300 years after the time of the legendary Robin Hood, I was a robber on the borders of Derbyshire and Nottinghamshire. But the trouble is I wasn't very successful, because every time I did a robbery, local people used to point my whereabouts out to the police, and I got run in. Then one day, I had a brainwave. I began calling myself Robin Hood, and I started to use his good name to hide my life of crime. Things soon started to look up. I started to get rich, and I got away with it for quite a while, too. Then one day, my luck ran out. I got caught. I was taken back, tried, and then I was executed. That's right. I was executed over 400 years ago, but I've been allowed back for a while by the powers that be. Sort of time off with good behavior. Provided I come and tell you about other bad folk who pretend to be like Robin Hood when they're nothing of the kind. And provided I tell you some of the stories about the real Robin Hood. Because there has been, in past times, you know, lots of villains like myself who hid behind the name of Robin Hood to conceal wicked deeds. And if the truth were known, there's quite a few like that around today, too. So remember, the genuine Robin Hood was renowned for his good deeds in helping the poor and needy. He only robbed the wicked and greedy of his day, as you will hear in the rhymes and tales I'm about to relate. Oh, by the way, as there was no television around to record the events of those olden times, would you please bear with my own humble impressions of some of the important scenes that followed? Thank you. And come and sit round me while I tell some tales of Robin Hood, who dwelt beneath the greenwood tree. Now, when Robin was a fine young lad, around 18 years or more, he could no longer stand the Norman rule, so he turned outlaw. He said farewell to the life he knew, turned away from his family, said goodbye to his sweetheart Marion, whom he thought no more to see. Sherwood Forest was where he hid, and alone at first was he, but he soon was joined by many like men with a yearning to be free. He vowed by good deeds alone to live, and to help the poor and needy, to give to those with naught to rob, but to take from the rich and greedy. He became the common man's champion, and the thorn in the Norman side. So they sent the Sheriff of Nottingham, and he searched both far and wide. Old Robin Hood he couldn't catch. Of his camp there was no trace, because he could watch them from the forest seat, but they never saw his face. Now at first Robin's men consisted mainly of runaway servants in similar circumstances to himself, but there were two exceptions. One was Will Scarlet, a close relative who'd grown up with him since childhood, and the other was Much, the son of a local miller, who acted as a lookout and a spy, and kept them in touch with the local villagers. Poor Scarlet. Then he ran down the bank onto the tree and squared up to the big man. Prepare to defend yourself, ruffian. We shall soon see who the better man is. With pleasure, the giant roared, and they set to. Now, till this day, Robin had never been bested by any man with any weapon, and he was soon confidently attacking the big fella's defense. But all too soon he began to realize the best attacks he could muster were being beaten off with ease. Robin said to Will, "We need more men of valiant stock, for the sheriff means us ill." And straightway Will a tale did tell about a local friar, whose feats of arms were known to all, and none whose praise was higher. "I'd wager him against you all," said Will, in confident tone. "For none has bested him to now, nor dared to do him wrong." "Methinks," said Robin, "this man I'll meet, and test this friar's mettle. I will not rest, nor eat, nor drink, till I this question settle." Now in Fountaindale this friar did well, close by a nunnery. So the outlaws made all haste, this battling friar to see. And in Ferns, about a mile from there, Robin bade his men to tarry, until you hear my horn 3 times, then to my side you'll hurry. Close by the abbey, and a stream. Your number, when I give you your number, go and sit down in the audience, then when we get to the archery contest, I'll call your number, and fire 1 arrow at the top, comfortable. He spent a terrible night. Every bone and muscle in his body was aching. Oh, and he felt like he was covered in creeping, crawling things that had dropped down his neck from the tree. He was so distraught that by the morning he readily agreed to swear a vow on his honor never again to harm or injure Robin Hood. Having thus sworn, he was allowed to go. And this is the way it goes. Hey ho, and the merry we'll be under the oak and the silver birch tree. Hey ho, and the merry we'll be under the oak and the silver birch tree. Now to show that we all know our woodcraft, every time we come to the right tree, I want you to point to it. Oak tree, silver birch. Because all around my men are hidden with arrows ready. Anyone points to the wrong tree on the wrong word, a parting. So let's see how you can do. Hey ho, and the merry we'll be under the oak and the silver tree. Hey ho, and the merry we'll be under the oak and the silver tree. Come along and join the fun. See the dancing bear. Here today for everyone. Fun at Nottingham Fair. Hey ho, and the merry we'll be under the oak and the walnut tree. Hey ho, and the merry we'll be under the oak and the silver tree. Farmers come from miles around here to sell their wares. Pigs and ducks and geese to be sold at Nottingham Fair. Hey ho, and the merry we'll be under the oak and the silver tree. Hey ho, and the merry we'll be under the oak and the silver tree. Are we all going to smile? Oh, I wasn't ready. I'm busy getting them in a group, and she took my photograph.
So what the forest looks like. Lots of good fern, oak, and white birch. Isn't it pretty? These must be the kind of shacks Robin Hood built. This is the cemetery where we found some Rentals buried. And as you can see, we have the mother and the grandmother and the grandchildren and the daughters looking around. This is the town of Milnathort. Mom, go ahead and stay in it. And closely linked is the town of Kinross, with Loch Leven somewhere around here. Rolling down the hills of Scotland. We're approaching the Rintoul house. Barn of the Rintoul house, the beautiful valley below, and the house itself. Barn has a dead sheep in it. We just wanted you to know.
You know, this doesn't look like a barn. It looks like a servant's home.
Well, honey, it doesn't have a floor to it. In front of the Rintoul house, all boarded up. They said nobody's lived here for many, many years. There's some ferns growing in the background and a beautiful forest right close by.
They don't have any neighbors, do they?
Not very close. This must be the area where David Rintoul played as a boy. And here's his great-great-granddaughter climbing under the fence. Not quite as agile as young David himself.
Somebody else has. Yeah, this is so neat. I wish it was so neat.
Just think, Mom, your great-great-great-grandfather lived here when he was a little boy. You're just as big as you are. He was playing out in his field and probably helping his daddy. Running down the hill.
Mom says the stucco wasn't on this originally, and there's the bare rock behind it.
No, but I know that he went to Scotland in 1857 about, and went to Illinois and then to Kansas where my mother was born. In 1915, on the 3rd of March, on the 15th of March, he died. And on the 25th of March, 10 days later, my mother was born. He was so excited for his first grandchild to be born, and he died 10 days before.
But there's a fish down there. I'm pulling fish out of the wind.
I think we got it.
I think we do too.
This is
You
so
guys are really
neat.
troopers. I don't know about that.
They have different kind of windows. My tummy hurts.
And look what they use for the cornerstone, Glenn. I mean, you know, the foundation's the cornerstone.
Oh yeah,
It's
big
just
rock.
a big rock.
Camp. One last look at the property from the front. Okay, stop. Stop recording.
No. Yes. That says IAC.
Okay, say, that's the Tukey farm over there. Their closest neighbor.
I can't see it. The sheep.
Okay, that's good. There's our van way in the background. That's how far we had to walk because the road wasn't good enough to drive up to the Rintoul house.
Because Rintoul, my grandpa always said it had to be Rintoul. And so I thought all of Scotch would think the same thing, but they don't.
This is Meikle Seggy, or Little Seggy.
You need to get that sign.
Okay. And here comes Grandma. The question is, has she learned anything from her discussion with our friendly cleaning lady? And this is the farm.
Okay, we have to go up to the farm.
Okay, this is Loch Leven Castle. It's out on an island in the middle of this loch, which is a lake. Castle, the famous castle where Mary, Queen of Scots, made her daring escape.
Could get it in. So I'll get it, yeah.
I can't quite get it off.
Either burned or dropped, which is something you couldn't do if it had been a stone staircase. But remember, those castles were built purely for defence. There was no other reason whatsoever. The entrance, which is used today, was made about 80 years ago to allow the bottom two compartments to be used as a shelter for fishermen that had been caught in a storm. And we now use it as an entrance to the castle. But the only way to the two bottom compartments was from that door, either down through the grill or down the little staircase. And all those castles were similar in design, with an entrance high up the wall. Again, for defence. That is called a keep, and it's 14th century. Now the walls and the other towers were built 200 years later, in the 16th century. You'll see a difference in building. It's a rougher, poorer class of stone which has been used. Signed the crown over to her son James. She was taken in here, and she stayed in the third floor, on bottom, next, second, third. And she stayed there until she had escaped. This is just a sort of secondary accommodation. There were other buildings.
This is the girl looking down from the third floor to the second floor. In Loch Leven Castle. Green. As we walk in here, you'll see a very pre-built setup. There, a spiral staircase up to the tower. Just remnants of it. Oh, this is the fireplace, and you can see all the way out the top, you see. This was the next floor where it was braced. And then the final floor was braced up there. Stairway up to get out that door, and then to get out that door.
You can see all the way up.
Slop basin in the kitchen, or sink. Bye-bye, wave to me. There's Allison waving at us. There's the girls jumping on some trampolines near the lake.
I see something that I never knew about it. Notice how it never quits?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he takes many breaths.
This is a Scone Palace in Perth.
I hope you can hear that noise.
Yeah, pull up your... Are you cold?
Did you get a picture of him? More like the girl, the one that
Help her not to run. Okay, Grandma? Okay.
Scone Palace.
Every plate is different. The painting in the center was a dessert set made to have at the end of a meal a fruit or pudding. The glasses were made in 1840 to drink champagne, sherry, port, and coffee. The large silver bowls were given to Lord Mansfield for his 21st birthday, and on special occasions they would put ice into the bowls and then put the glasses over the edges, round, into the ice, so that the glass was cold and so was the wine. The white figures round the room are the ivories from the elephant. There's a great collection of them in school. They consider this the greatest in Europe in a private home. They were carved in Italy, Germany, and France 200 and 300 years ago. The unusual ones, the ones at the end, in the center, they are G'ma Rea Mae from Augsburg, Germany. Maybe now clock at one. This is the first Lord Mansfield. It was made for Lord Mansfield's birthday in 1980. The birthday cake was under the board, and to eat it, they just lifted up the whole board up off the cake. The icing sugar, a bottle of spoon, is on paper, and nobody in the family could bear to cut it up. It took so long to make. It's now all falling down from it. It was given to the second Earl of Mansfield by the Queen. He was ambassador there for 6 years at the French court. It's a little writing table where the Queen used to write. Dome in London. It's an English clock, and it's one of 2 English clocks in the palace. All the other clocks are French. The other one is French. 2 years ago, by the ladies of the day to keep all the trinkets and valuables and so on in all the drawers, and it was taken round from house to house with them, just carried like a trunk. Sold back in Charlotte and given to a niece of the first Earl who was lady in waiting.
Pam, move.
Don't run, honey. Sends me right to heaven.
What does?
That thingamajigger. With all the caramel that's gross.
The store.
No, you got it at Schoon Palace.
At the
No,
store.
but it's the store.
Sit on it. Out of yet.
Can we sit on it? Can we sit on it?
Till 12:96.
Oh, there's crowns, huh?
His first, his given name.
Christian.
David. That was my great-grandfather's name, David. But, let's see. You were born 1902?
1902.
And your grandfather, when was he born? Do you know?
Well, my grandfather was... My memory's beginning to fail me a wee bit, but it comes back.
That's fine, yes.
Comes
I know.
back. My grandfather, he was a very nice old gentleman. He toured went with the post, walked to Glenfarg the old road and back the new road.
To Milnesort?
From the middle, 5 miles each way.
Oh, my.
They had no bicycles or anything in those days.
Oh, my. That's a long walk.
He was a very gentlemanly old man, my grandfather.
When do you remember him first? How old were you?
I came to live here when my father died. I was on the board, and my granny and grandfather lived here. And I've known this as my home all my days, really. My granny was a Glass was her name.
Glass?
Glass, yes.
Glass?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any idea when your mother was born?
My mother, well, I couldn't tell you that. So I was only 4, you see, when my father died. I was very young. My brother would be about 7, going to 8. I had one brother.
And his name?
James Hutton.
Okay, and your name is Elizabeth?
No, Annie Hutton.
Annie.
My mother's name was Elizabeth too.
Your grandmother that was Glass.
She was a Glass.
And what was her Christian name?
Annie Glass. I was called after her. My memory is beginning to fail me a wee bit, and it comes back again.
Yeah, that's fine.
When your father died, how old was he?
He would just be in his 30s, I would think.
Were you the oldest child? Were you the oldest?
Well, I don't know that, really.
Your sister?
He belonged in the Edinburgh direction, I think.
Your brother was younger than you?
My brother was older
Older.
than I.
He was 7 when she was 4.
3 years.
3 years older. When their father died.
So that was 1906. 1906.
Yes.
When he died.
He would be. He would be.
Do you remember You don't know your grandfather's name.
David and Sue.
I mean your grandfather's father's name, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't know
Don't
them.
forget.
I was too young at that time to know anything about them.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea that they belonged in the Edinburgh direction, but I'm not sure. I wouldn't be sure of that.
My great-grandfather was David Rintoul, and he was born here. He was born here. So they may have been from this area.
Well, I couldn't tell you about that.
So you were born in Milnathort?
In Milnathort. No, in Kinross.
In Kinross.
And my father died when I was 4. He got the foot taken off at cricket.
Oh.
He was a great cricketer. And he got his foot hit the ball with the ball.
Oh.
And he got his foot taken off. And of course, he was not any use after that. He was in the linen factory at Kinross. The linen factory he worked in.
I see.
But
So, do you remember anything else about the Rintouls at all?
well, I had an uncle, Robert Rintoul, who was a manager of a construction firm in Leeds. He wasn't married, of course.
And lived
He travelled back and forward to Edinburgh
from here?
from here. They're a long-lived family. My granny, she was about 90, and I'm 86.
You're
You
86.
wouldn't think it.
You look very well.
How old was your mother when she died? The Rintouls.
I've forgotten that. I've forgotten that. My daughter Rintoul was her name. And there was Mary Rintoul. She married a postman in Ely, and her husband was a postman in Ely and Fife. And then Annie, she was younger. She died. John, he died. Quite a family.
Those were aunts and
And
uncles?
next door, that used to be the old washing house. But in my grandfather and my granny's time, they had a room in there, and they wove cloth, and they came from Ledberg and all over to buy cloth to make garments.
So your mother's brothers and sisters were Elizabeth and Robert.
Elizabeth, Annie, Robert, John. John was what was the name of that place? He was in Edinburgh. He travelled back and forward. He was very delicate, so he died.
Were there any other brothers and sisters of her?
No, I don't think so. John, he was delicate, and Robert, he wasn't married. That was the one that was a manager of a construction firm in Edinburgh. And he was a bachelor gay. He never married, but he lived a good life and was happy all his days. Cheery bachelor, I'll say that for him.
A cheery bachelor. Where did they live? Where did your mother grow up?
My mother grew up in this house, but it was an old house, and it was my uncle Robert, the bachelor one. He renovated this.
Oh, it's a very nice house.
They used to weave the cloth in the other part of the house. It was knocked down, of course.
Oh.
And they came far near to buy this cloth. It was more like striped stuff for shirting and things like that.
For what?
It was cloth with stripes in it for making men's shirts and things.
Oh, I see.
And they came far near all over from Glenfarg and I don't know where to come and buy this corn. My granny was 96 when she died in this house, but it's been renovated since her day, of course.
Where did you go to school?
Mum, I thought, I went to Kentucky just for a short time. My father died, you see. He thought he was kicking the ankle bone with a cricket ball. He was a big cricketer. And he got a knock in the ankle bone and foot had to come off. I can remember carrying a stool for him to sit in when he went for a walk.
Oh, I see. You sat down and then walked a ways and then sat down and then walked? Is that what you mean?
Oh, yes. He was a wonderful old man, my grandfather. Very gentlemanly. He never addressed me as Annie. It was always, well, Miss Anne, and how are you today? That was always his salutation. And now, when I was young, I began to think his name before me. But no, I don't understand them then after that.
What was the greeting again?
Huh?
How did he greet you again?
Well, Miss Anne, and how are you today?
I'm a wee bit deaf, you see.
Your eyes remind me of my grandfather. Your eyebrows and your eyes. Has some resemblance.
He was a wonderful man, my grandfather, I must say. Taught me along Edinburgh direction.
Is that right?
When he was a postman here. Travelled on foot the old road to Glenfarg and back the new road.
Where was he born?
Well, I can't tell you that, really. Excuse me till I get a handkerchief.
Oh.
Up here in Mulmother. Clem G'ma Rea, you've heard her name. She was a great international player.
Oh.
And they ran tournaments, the William and G'ma Rea and her husband, they ran tournaments for the young people in Mulmother. And the golf course was just across the road here. And I won that for 3 years running and I got it to keep.
Oh, wonderful.
And that's an American. They gave it, you see the inscription of it, Laurie Donaldson. Minneapolis it came from.
Oh.
You see the inscription on it. Just lift it up and you'll see it better.
Oh, yeah. Presented by L.S. Donaldson, Esquire. Minneapolis. The Northport Golf Club, won 3 times by Annie G. Hutton in 1923.
That's wonderful. What does the G stand for? Glass?
Glass. How did you guess?
Well, it's quite common to take your mother's or your grandmother's maiden name. You know, I do genealogy research a lot, but this is my family. Rintoul is my family.
Oh, yes.
Well, I certainly appreciate you letting us come into your home.
No, it's all right. I've nothing else to do. I get bored sometimes, but I'm taken bad with. I was in county council once, you see, at one time with the county clerk at Kinross.
You were what?
I was in the office with the county clerk at Kinross, and I was very fond of him. And he was an awfully nice man. He used to come to the door, and here he was. With no answer, I would be in the garden, come in the gate, up the garden. And many a time he had a cup of tea with me and that. He was almost Mr. Cuthbert was his name. Very nice man. He belonged to Perth, of course. I must say he was a very grand boss. I enjoyed him.
Has Milnathort grown a lot since you were a child?
Yes, there's been a lot of building houses and one thing and another. Quite a lot of housing schemes round about. But
How about the main street? Is it pretty much the
it's
same?
much the same. But it's wonderful. And
That's
it's
a
a
nice.
farming district, of course. It's a farming district. Nearly all farmers.
Have you did you ever hear the name Little Saggy?
Yes, find that.
You did?
The little saggy, the saggy farm yet.
Yes, but I can't find Little Saggy.
Oh, it's possible it would be a small portion of that, you see. There's all the hills round about are small farms.
Do you know where it was?
Oh, I couldn't say really, I couldn't tell you that.
There's a Mickle Saggy and a Saggy Bank,
Yes, that's right.
but Little Saggy we can't find.
Oh no,
But my great-grandfather was born there.
oh yes. I have too far back from you now.
Yes, he was a long time before you.
Did you know about the Rintoul house up there?
The what?
The Rintoul house? Have you ever heard of it?
Up by the
Up by
Rintoul
Saggy?
house. It's by Saggy. It's near Saggy.
I
Rintoul
think
house.
I've heard the name, but I just can't relate it just now.
It's near Tukey Farm.
Oh yes, it's Tukey. I knew the Clarks at Tukey. I went to school with the Clarks at Tukey.
Did you?
Yes. And they had gustatory. They had a farm called Gustatory out in Mulcasley. And this was a son that was up in Tukey.
Well, the Rintoul house is right next door to the Tukey Farm. Right next to the Tukey Farm. It's not being lived in.
No, I can't remember that.
Way up on the hill.
So you never knew any Rintouls that lived there?
Well, my grandfather was the only Rintoul hereabout, you see, that I knew.
He was the only one
And
you knew?
he belonged to Edinburgh, and he was a postman here, and he travelled the old road to Glen Park and came back the new road on foot all the way. They had to walk in those days.
Long way.
He was a wonderful man, my grandfather, so I say it. He really was a wonderful man.
Oh, I'm so glad you got to know him.
Oh, yes.
And your
My
grandmother?
granny was 96 when she died.
Do you remember her well?
Oh, yes. She was very tiny, and he would come in from his walk. He had a spaniel dog, went out for a walk with the dog every day. And when he came back, she'd be sitting with a cup of tea. He says, "Tea again? That's the first time I've seen you make tea today." And the two of them fell out about how many cups of tea she had in a day. It was comical. She says she surely paid attention. She wasn't a very big, but she'd plenty going there. Then I had an uncle, my mother's brother. He was a manager of a contracting firm in Edinburgh. He died, of course. He was a bachelor, gay. And I had an aunt in Ely. She had a boarding house there. She married a postman in Ely.
And her name was Elizabeth?
No, it was Mary.
Mary.
Aunt Mary.
Mary Rintoul?
And then there was...
Or Mary Hutton?
No. And then there was John Rintoul. That was a brother of my uncle's. And then there was Glasses. We were connected to people called Glass. My middle name's Glass.
Yes.
That was they had property along the street there, and the father, he was bedridden, and she had an office job. He had one daughter, and she had an office job. He must have a great big man he was.
Well, I certainly appreciate talking to you.
I maybe haven't given you much information.
Oh, you have.
There was something awful cushy about the old folks. You don't know what pussy means?
No.
Comfortable.
Comfort.
Aye.
Pussy.
Pussy.
I have to remember that. Yes, I can see that. I can see that still in this area. It's just comfortable.
But you see, there was a mill right through the street there, and that's where they all went down there, just on this side of the station. Somebody told me the station being closed here, I don't know. Have to go to the north, I suppose, and to get a train. Nothing but changes all around.
Oh, yes. Well, thank you so much.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, honey, we can't see you. Come up here. Okay.
Little pioneer children, gathering berries for food. Little pioneer children, gathering cherries for wood. Little pioneer children, merry and happy and gay. What a lovely children, pioneer way. We're the pioneer children, being Sunday. To the pioneer children, singing all the day. Gladly pioneer children, merry and happy and gay. Working and learning and
Hold real still, Allison.
That's my house.
What are you girls making? What are you making, Miss Sarah? Soup? Oh, that looks good. Can I have some when you're done?
Where's the milk? Hi, Dad. He's recording. Oh, gosh. La 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 la. Ow. My turn? No, it's Tara. No, after green. It goes to yellow and your turn. Come on, somebody drinking. Your turn. I already went. No, I can't game board. You know. Who? What? Not go, Tara. Go, Tara. I mean, no, yellow. Yellow. Tara, go.
Benji was sick today on the plane.
What?
You feeling any better?
At school, at play, at Sunday, on the 20th for a Sunday, a Sunday, a Sunday. No. Yes. One, two, come on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Pretty interesting that the devil never walks in a straight line, huh? I mean, always walks in a straight line, is what it says. This is the Windsor Castle in Windsor, west of London. And people still live in this castle. It's pretty neat looking. We're taking the family, Grandma Whicker and Benj and his kids back to the airport. This is what our window looks like after it was broken in. Oh, what do you have to use to feed the babies? Keep the flowers going?
Well, the lantana produces enough nectar for them, and the butterflies that find rotten fruits, and the young butterflies have a lot of but generally we've got enough
Yeah.
Well, there's so much Japanese
This is the Tropical Butterfly House in Barrow, England. Spiders.
Butterfly. Look at that gigantic butterfly. Isn't it beautiful? Oh.
This one on the other side.
Oh my gigantic
On the other side of the thing.
They are really pretty. What do you think they are?
Oh.
They almost look like lilies, don't they?
And look,
Come in through the tunnel from the outside. So Tara's taking a picture of it.
Well, it's not yet on the
getting on me.
Living Boyer family. Don and Sherry and what? Jared. Yeah.
Tired.
His tongue was?
Yeah. The video.
They eat them.
Oh, it is?
Inside there, yeah. Insectivorous plant. These plants derive nutrients from the bodies of small insects, mainly flies trapped by sticky secretions or downward pointing spines as a supplement to
Black and yellow.
see it caught in the web. It's getting tired. It just got caught while I was watching it.
It's good.
There's one on the baby's head. There's one on the...
Okay, we wanted to sing a special song for you. Okay, go.
Start together.
It's always fun when
Grandpa comes, when Grandpa comes, hooray! He always says the kindest things and in the kindest way. He has a winkly, twinkly smile, he's jolly all the day. It's always fun for everyone when Grandpa comes.
Okay, second verse.
It's always fun when Grandma comes, when Grandma comes, hooray! She always says the kindest things and in the kindest way. She has a wrinkly, twinkly smile, she's jolly all the day. It's always fun for everyone when Grandma comes. Bye! Bye, Grandma. Bye, Uncle John. Bye, Terry. Bye, Grandma.
Come and see us again.
Bye.
All right, dear, you're on.
We love you all very much. We're glad you got to come, Mom and Benji, Cody and Benji and Misty and Sarah, and we hope you'll come again.
And let Misty and Sarah and Benji and Cody and everybody see this movie.
And,
The whole giant kid.
we're ready to move into our new house in 2 weeks. And thank you, Grandma and Grandpa, for your help.
Bye. Wait. Bye.
We love you all. And congratulations, John, on your wedding, of which we knew nothing until 2 days after it happened.
Bye, Uncle John. Bye, Terry. Bye. And bye.
And good luck to Rachel and Keith in their marriage.
What you do. On Mother's Day, in the
voice of the San Francisco Giants.
designed ultimately to be effective here, where both sides need to rally their troops for
Colton. 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 Hello. Say hi to Aunt Pam. And the twins.
He says hi.
Yeah. That point of his ear is what it is. See?
No, he does say hi. Hi. Colton, hello.
Well, I just thought you'd want to see the top of Colton's head. Hey, Colton. Colton! Say hi. Say hi.
Want me to stand him out?
Yeah.
No.
Jenny. Quit.
Boom. Boom. Oh, no, it's gonna get mad. No, it's gonna get mad.
Just sit down, Christopher. Jenny, can you tell them what you did recently? You did all by yourself? You read a book. A real live, honest to goodness book. Oh yeah, by the way, that's our new piano. This is our new piano from Portside.
That was a terrible wolf, huh?
Mother dear, say hello.
Hello. Hi. Daddy.
What?
You know what my dream was about?
Oh.
It was about, when I was in my bed, it was about, there was a...
Jenny, quit it. Quit it.
My truck, and there was knocked down and broke.
Oh. Mean Wolf, he told me he had something to tell you guys, so that was it.
That's all it is. Tina, you can come in it. Tina, you can come in it. Here.
So now you've seen all the kids in the Anderson and the Jeffrey, Paul, Linda Whicker family. They're all going quite fast. Buddy was so cute yesterday on the phone. I wish I'd have gotten that for you. He's talking to his mom on the phone, telling her to be happy and what are you doing over and over again. See, we've entered the Ben R. Whicker home. And Mikkel Cloward has graced us with her presence. One in the middle there is Ryan. You might remember her.
Shut up. Okay. And here's Grandma with her necklace and earrings that she got from England today.
Oh, today? And that's Fred. Say hello, Carlos.
Say hello to baby Ruby.
Say hello, Jack. How you doing? Say hi. Jack and Richard.
And I want to say thank you. Please don't get rid of them right away. Really love the necklace earrings and the card. Thank you, girls, for sending me that cute little card.
I'm reading Glenn's letter here, by the way.
Oh, let's take a look at it.
That's my letter. It's my birthday letter.
Where's Carmelita?
Tomorrow is Shadow's
Oh, goodness, that's right. Okay, everybody.
third birthday.
Right. Now I can go
Take my lead now.
Well,
There's our normal grief money.
okay, who are we missing here? What's that?
That's it.
She's such a weakling. I've learned to out wrestling now. Should have seen her sister.
Their house.
Here she is, Miss America. Is that the tune?
Miss.
Oh, Mrs. America.
That sounds better.
Look at that swing. Carmelita.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
You're supposed to say, hi, how are you doing? I'm fine.
Okay. Hi, you guys. How you doing? I'm doing just great. For once in weeks, I feel great.
That's original. Okay. Thank you. How many months do you have to go? How many weeks?
It's probably 6,
6 weeks?
4 to 6 weeks.
Oh. Good. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. That's the Benjamin Whicker family on the day of the wedding. This is their newest edition. Whoops, where is she? There she is. And their first edition. And their third edition. Where is Benji and where are you taking your dog? Oh.
No, come here. Come on, Grandma. Come on, lady. Come on. Come on.
There she is.
Hi. Come on, lady.
Hey, this is for Aunt Pam and Uncle Glenn.
Hi.
Where is she?
Oh, my God.
There she is. Where is she? There she is.
Hi, Mickey.
Can you say hi to him?
Hi, Uncle Pam. Hi.
Ah.
Oh, I'm so good. Hi, Aunt Pam. Hi, Uncle Glenn.
This is for Uncle Glenn. And the main man of the hour. That's for, you're taking this to Glenn and Pam. Oh, I guess they'll see you, huh? So I won't waste any more time with them. Hi. I was going to say, it'd be funny to find one of those red lights and put it on the top of your car and stick this at people. Anyway, I hope you finally got my letter that I didn't put the zip code on. I'm really sorry about that. It was a prompt letter, but it just took a month to get back to me. This is my nephew. And anyway, that's enough. Here we are on the White Cliffs in Dover, getting ready to get on the ferry and go over to Calais, France. Just an hour or so. You can actually see France if you look real close across there. The girls wanted to get their feet wet, so here we are on the dock. Dover, England. The dock. Aunt Ryan fixed all their hair really nice, as you can see. The ham. And the mother, of course, doesn't want the kids to get one. And here's the grandma. Where's Aunt Rai?
My pink flag and pink flowers.
Yep. And of course, up on the top of the hill, we have the Dover Castle, which looks like it's been rebuilt a little bit. Here we are on the nice lounge inside the ship Fantasia.
You should have seen that, Pam.
Ready to go across.
He did a beautiful job. Well,
What's that face for? Yes.
And upper motorist lounge. On deck 3, lower motorist lounge, restaurant and main bar. The muster station can be identified by a square...
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez écouter très attentivement l'annonce de sécurité suivante. Nous attirons votre attention sur les avis d'instruction de l'emplacement des postes de rassemblement, c'est-à-dire du secteur où les passagers doivent s'assembler en cas d'urgence. La méthode d'empiler les salles.
Like the one we're on. A ferry.
Yeah.
Walking around on here, what does it feel like, Tara?
I'm not Tara.
Tammy?
I get dizzy. I've got a headache already.
Yeah.
We just
weird,
started.
isn't it?
I feel...
There's a hovercraft. Girls. There we are again. Yeah, right. Here we are at Maison Lafitte, waiting for a train to Paris. Whoops. I guess that wasn't it. Maison Lafitte. Now this one is the real thing. Downtown Paris. It reminds me so much of Argentina. It's unbelievable. That's right. There's a neat little sculpture of suitcases, as you can see. Very unusual. Yeah, I know. It's weird, huh? Here we are in front of the Eiffel Tower at the base of the river city.
Remember that day you got...
You feel good that day.
I know. I knew you did.
Hey, don't bump me, please. I'm taking pictures.
So it just shut it, huh?
And that's the Palace des Chaliers through there, whatever that is. Okay, now you can see there's people up there walking all the way up those stairs.
Jamie, do you want another drink?
I'd
See them on the
rather take
stairs?
the elevator, thank you.
Here's what it looks like from the top of the Eiffel Tower. Ollie, tell us what you think about this Eiffel Tower. What do you think about it? Tammy, what do you think about this Eiffel Tower? There's the top of the Arc de Triomphe. Right there, the square, tall thing. And the Seine River. Here we are after having been up in the Eiffel Tower. Real tired our legs are, huh? Oh, show us what you got, Allie. What is that? It's the tower. Oh, neat. Show us what you got. Cam? Oh, neat. A bracelet, huh? How about you, Jane?
Eiffel Tower and bigger than Tower.
Oh, it's a little bigger, huh?
And they're bigger than me. It's bigger than me. And we were right there. And Tara and Byron were up there.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Cam? I'm Tara. Oh, neat.
Oh, Bronco's card.
That's the one from Dover, huh? Oh, yeah, that's a nice souvenir. Okay. Finally, at the end of a long, long day, we end up at the base of the Arc de Triomphe in commemoration of winning one of the wars, and I don't know which one. I guess we'll have to learn about it. You can see it's pretty busy around this roundabout. What? Your toe hurts? What's the matter with it? Ryan just bought a swimming suit.
Right there.
I know.
How do you spell it and what is it?
I just wanted to show you this nice little fancy street cleaner here. It has a vacuum hose on the other side. See on top, it goes down to the bottom on the other side. Isn't that weird? And here's our beautiful mobile home campsite at Maison Lafitte in the suburbs of Paris. You can see the family in there eating their supper with our car parked nicely here. And we have all kinds of facilities around here. A little shop down the road. And wash basins here to wash your clothes with. And shower rooms. Here we are on the Zurich Sea in Zurich, Switzerland.
I made these footprints.
Yeah. And it's a lake actually. They call it the Zurich Sea. It's right in Zurich. Yes, I'm going to come videotape you in just a second. Right on the town of Zurich, which is real near to the town of Glattenfeld, where the Clodfelder name comes from. And she does, huh? Okay. This is beautiful country. We've driven up through Switzerland today. It's been absolutely beautiful. We've really enjoyed the drive. And the girls wanted to go swimming. Okay, I'm going to look. Tara's going to show us her daredevil dive into the Zurich Sea. Go, go. Come on. Come on, daredevil. Good job. Okay, James, I want to see you now. Okay, there goes Jamie swimming with her sister Cammy. Pretty good, huh? Jamie's a good swimmer.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Do you want to try it?
No.
Good job, James. Excellent. Okay.
Aren't you going to jump?
Are you here?
That way, not that way.
That's okay.
Okay, yeah, go.
Okay, Cam. There goes Daredevil Cammy. Go, hurry.
Come on.